Not too long ago, I did a review on Hitman Go by Square Enix, and it turned out they actually enjoyed my review. Now though, they've got a brand new game out, and today we're going to be taking a first look. Hey guys, Michael here from Copper vs Glass, and today we're going to be taking a look at Square Enix's brand new game for mobile for both Android and iOS, Lara Croft Go. So when you first load up the game, you're granted with a carousel of options. Now in terms of the relics that you have here, throughout the game there's 3 different relics within each level, and that could be a piece of one of these larger puzzles here, or it can just be some gems that you collect throughout the game. Now these can be quite hidden, so you do need to keep an eye out for them, but you can find them and they're basically collectibles within the game itself. You've also got different outfits that you can equip Lara with, and as you can see here, there's some that are purchased through an in-app purchase, including one that looks suspiciously like Agent 47, and there's also some outfits you can unlock just through playing the actual game itself. So it's cool that you don't have to pay for all of the outfits, but if you want some, you've got the option to do so. You've got here some more games by Square Enix, like the Hitman ones that I mentioned previously. In terms of in the communication section, it's just access to Twitter and Facebook and things for Square Enix, so if you want to have a look, by all means you can. You've then got the settings, and again in here you're going to have sound settings, iCloud settings, Game Center and things like that. You've then got the play option, and it's basically a book of all of the different adventures that Lara Croft has gone on. The best way to think of it is each book is a different level, and within each level you've got different stages that you've got access to. So as you can see here within the first book, there's around 7 or so levels on different pages, and you can see the different relics that I mentioned below, and there's around 3 to collect in each level. So as you can see here, this is the newest set of levels that I'm on, and again you can see down the bottom here the different relics that you can collect within the actual levels themselves. So what we're going to do now is just have a quick look at some of the actual levels in Lara Croft Go, and just get a general feel for the actual game itself. Now the best way that I can describe Lara Croft Go is if Hitman Go and Monument Valley had a bit of alone time, and then this is the result. It's a really good game with some awesome visuals and great sound design, and as you can see here, it's got very simple gameplay where all you need to do is swipe on the direction that you want to take your character, and then they basically move a square at a time. Now I know you may be thinking that a square at a time isn't very quick action, but once you get to some of the later puzzles that do get very challenging, it's definitely going to come in handy, and you'll see exactly why. As you can see here, whenever I move Lara, the saw itself moves, and again I can use this handle here to move some platforms around, so there's a very puzzle and also strategic element to the game itself. Now some of the levels, as I mentioned, are quite easy towards the start, but they're more of a tutorial to get you actually into the game itself. Some of the later levels where you've got a lot of enemies on the screen, and just in general some things that aren't necessarily the best, like holes that you can fall into, you're going to actually find that it is a bit of a struggle, and it is going to be a bit of trial and error before you can get the actual root of the game, but that's kind of the whole purpose of the game. It's a puzzle game, and there are some really hard puzzles in this, but they're enjoyable, they're not necessarily frustrating, and I personally haven't really seen the same sort of level setup more than once. There's also different ways to dispatch enemies. As you can see here, I've picked up a spear and I'm within distance of this snake here, so I can just tap on the enemy and it's going to get killed. Now if you've got some enemies that are slightly closer to you, once you actually walk over to them, as long as they're not facing you, Lara will pull out her trademark pistols and basically take out the enemy. There is also something bigger going on in the game itself, but I haven't played enough yet to see exactly what's going on. But guys, that's pretty much going to do it for this video, and the best way to actually experience the game is to go out and purchase it from either the App Store or the Google Play Store, as it is available on both iOS and Android, and I'll have links in the video description down below so you guys can download it for yourself. Now the game itself is an awesome game with some great visuals, awesome sound design, and some really challenging levels towards the later stages. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up down below, and if you guys have got any questions about the actual game itself or any other games that you want me to have a look at here on Copper vs Glass, be sure to leave it in the comment section down below, on Google Plus or on Twitter at Copper vs Glass. Don't forget to also follow me on Twitter and head over to Square Enix to see what those guys are up to in the future. If you want to get more great content from Copper vs Glass, don't forget to subscribe. I'm Michael, and I will catch you guys in the next video.